Hey guys, I am going to jump into Mr. Basil's first place session. So he just got here yesterday, super nervy guy, like afraid of everything, but he's doing so well. He's already really thriving from more structure added to his day-to-day life. So the place command, yes, we teach all dogs this, but it's gonna be so beneficial for him and for his owners, because right now people come into the home and it's bark, 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 and flee and run away, and just like really uneasy, nervous energy. So if we can give him something to do and teach him like, hey, this is your space, we're gonna make sure that you're advocated for, but at the same time, we're going to hold you accountable for staying here because that's what we asked you to do. It's gonna be super beneficial for him. So young guy, 9 months, but here at the perfect time to kind of really build up his confidence, get him some manners underway, and make things around him and in his environment a little less scary for him. So we've done some of our tone follow work with him. I have not done anything with place yet. So I've done a little bit of like my tone, low, stim work. I'm just gonna get working with him and I'll kind of talk you through it as we get going. But let's just see how he does. You ready, Papa? Let's go. So I always like to kind of just start moving with the dog. Let's go. Good. Since I've already gotten him introduced to tone, movement means come towards me, even though he doesn't know heel yet, he's just naturally kind of falling into that space. I want to make sure I have a good action where that kind of means move towards me, because I'm going to utilize that to help me to get him to go onto place. So right here, I'm going to guide onto here, tone, little leash, use my body. Good. Good boy. No stem there. That was all just tone, body guidance, and a little bit of leash. So the biggest thing with that, like him circling around, I could have just kept circling. I could have been like, okay, he's gonna eventually, but I had to be strategic about like moving my body to again utilize it as a magnet, because that's how I've conditioned the tone for him. Good. If like he struggled big time when I was asking him to do that and we weren't getting to the point where he was like stepping on, I would have like flipped the bed over, made it a little bit easier for him, but you can do hard things, right, Bubba? Frick. That's good. Wow, smart Basil. And we're gonna go from the same angle as I just did. Good. No issues the second time. And reward. I stop the tone the second all 4 paws get onto the place bed. I will start to layer low-level e-collar onto this as well, but just starting with tone, not even calling it place. I don't think I pointed and called it place, but I don't need to call it place yet. I just want to start to create the boundary. And you'll notice right off the bat, just like kennel work, I will set the boundary with the dog immediately. So versus like tons and tons of reps of putting him on, I'll set up situations right off the bat, good, to start to create a clear boundary around place. That's my good boy. Good. And I won't make it too challenging on his first place session, but I will throw challenges into it. Good, because that's how we learn. You're very smart. Bye. Good. I notice this happens very often with my first place session with dogs because we've already done kennel work. So they typically, he will make mistakes, just maybe not right now, but they don't make a ton of mistakes to start just because of all of the patience we've taught at thresholds, in the crate, all of those good things. Good. Your energy's so much better than yesterday, Bubba. You're zen. Frick. That's good. Oh, sorry. Good job, buddy. So now I'm changing the direction I'm going. Basil. Good. 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 Notice I'm barely using any leash now. Good boy. Bye-bye. Good. So cute. See you later, buddy. Oh, good. Drop the leash. Move around him. Good. Anytime he's checking in with me as I'm moving around him, nice and soft, giving him his thumbs up, marking it good, and bringing his food reward to him. Good. Good. I'm just using his food to work with him. I don't typically get like super high value food rewards for sessions like this because they need to eat anyways, and we can use their kibble for it. Good, you are smart. Good job, bud. Frick. Good man. Good man. Basil. Good. Basil. Good. Good. I have to throw some heavier distractions in right away because, again, not that I want to make it massively challenging, I do want to see if we get some mistakes with it. Bye-bye! Hello! Hello! Oh! Are you sure this is your first session? Good.
Yeah, how typical is this outcome?
For a dog that, like, I swear is like actually very eager to like please, and he's finding that this is where his reward is coming from, it doesn't surprise me he's kind of staying, but it will get more challenging for him as we like bring another dog into the mix, the more and more comfortable he gets as well. So we have to remember, he just got here yesterday and he's used to life at home, even though he's like very comfortable at home, things being out of ordinary triggers him to be super insecure. Alright, good. So he did so well. I'm going to do that one again. Okay. So walking on over, I'm watching him in my peripherals. Hey, come on in. Hello. Good. You're too good. Too smart. Good. So I'm going to utilize my food. Giving him time. Good. I want to mark that. So I could really wait it out. Those are really good choices he's making. Good. I could see him growing more confidence and stuff. Like he could be like a great therapy dog or something like that because he just really is mindful of humans, which is really cool to see. I'm going to try to get kind of like out of his line of vision to see if he chooses like, okay, maybe I will go get that food now. Again, this isn't to like set him up to fail or anything, it's to set him up for experiences of impulse control, which he is making beautiful, beautiful choices, but there will be times that he doesn't make the right choice, but we need to teach him what that right choice is. So even though right now he's learning like, okay, I'm getting rewarded a lot for staying on here, he hasn't had any sort of correction or you know, accountability for staying on yet. Not at all. So we have to make sure that we do kind of bring that as a part of the equation, because eventually, especially like when he goes home or something, there are going to be things that he's going to want to impulsively, choose to get off of place for. He's just a smart bud. This might get him to get off of place, is the fear of the camera, because on day one it was terrifying for him. So yeah, let's invite Casey in a little bit closer, but enough that it doesn't cause him like, we don't want to be unfair to him. Oh, this is good. It's like, I'm not afraid of it anymore. Good. Okay, he's like being perfect. We're gonna add in even more challenges. Good job, buddy. Break. Get it. I'm gonna let him get all those things. Yums. And I'm gonna start practicing off of food tone. Basil. Good man. Basil. Good. Basil. I'm gonna go to a different bed. Good. Bye-bye. Good. He didn't even fall for it with a little bit of leash pressure. Dang it. Just curious. I'm putting things on the ground that he might want to get off and check out, just out of curiosity. Shh. Right there. Shush. Tapped at a 7. Paw went right back on. I walked over to make sure I was there. Good. To give him the spatial pressure, if needed, to get back on. But he was very quick to step off. I did my shush tap the second I saw that paw go off, and then I came and followed through. I stayed very calm. Notice how I was on the opposite side of the room, and I didn't like run over to be like, no, like don't get off of the bed. It's like, it's okay if you were to get off. It'd be okay if you went and got food off of it. But I wanted to be like, ooh, perfect opportunity. I saw that shush tap spatial pressure. Good, because you are a smart baby. That's good. Just good. Wow, you're so smart. You're so smart. You're so smart. So I bet you he's probably gonna start to want to just go onto the place bed because that's where all the food is coming from. Okay. So, especially for like a fearful, nervous dog who does really love humans, but you know, is timid. You can tell that, like, especially on day 1, he was very like sweet and soft with us, but he was unsure. He's like, you know, these aren't my normal people. I'm really comfortable with my mom and dad and like the people I know that are in my circle. So I always think about like, how does the dog feel about me when we're working together? And that's any dog. So obviously I always want them to take, you know, me seriously and have a level of respect and take my leadership, but I also want them to feel like, hey, this is a conversation that we're having together that we're both enjoying. What I was saying is I always think about that as a part of the equation when I'm working with the dog. Like if it's always just, you know, me relying on teaching them a command or something like that, it's going to start to feel stale. It's not going to feel inviting. Just like with recall, I want to make sure I'm super inviting when I'm encouraging the dog to come towards me. So with him, knowing that he can be a little bit more of a nervous guy, like getting on the ground with him and having him engage with me like in a way where it's like, okay, see if I'm going to get, like I want it to be where it's like he wants to come back for more. So I kind of like roughhouse with him, but then play a little hard to get so that he'll eventually hopefully come back and look for me, but also find value in me no matter what we're doing and when we're working. Hi. 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 All the smells. And then what I'll typically do a lot is like if I'm kind of loving up on the dog, roughhousing with the dog, I'll kind of go back into work. Okay, can we go from like disconnection play to working? Hazel, move that the leash. Good. And then I'm gonna see, okay, now that we've had a little bit of like fun and it felt less like work, is he gonna potentially make more mistakes? I kind of hope so. So again, we can utilize those as training opportunities, but if he doesn't, that's okay too. So we'll see kind of what he does with me getting down on the ground.
Oh boy.